Hey guys, welcome back to another P3D video. We're back in the new aircraft, the A330 by Blackbox, and we're currently with the Air Seychelles Livery in the A330-200. As you can see, this is its name, as Air Seychelles like to do it. Also, Air Mauritius like to name their aircraft as well. And we've currently got no GSX connected up to us currently, as we don't need any catering for our flight. It's only 2 hours and 15 minutes long down to Mauritius. There's no need for catering for this flight, so we're going to get the boarding straight away. That boarding is requested. I think this is going to connect up and everything like that. Going to open the doors up as well. So what we're going to do is configuration, doors, and you can see we can open the doors up like so. Yes, the baggage will be coming from over there, as you can see. It's just waiting for the clearance from GSX to get ready. Got the bus for the passengers to come. And the rain is starting and stopping, so like you can see some of these, the rain covers on the, there we go, airs there. It's a bit annoying, so that's that. But yeah, this is the Blackbox A330, brand new aircraft to the channel. I'll talk more about it in the later videos on the channel. But let's get loads of flights done with the A330. Also got the A340, which includes the 300 and the 600 variants of that aircraft. So we'll also be doing loads of those flights. Got in mind of like some Air Mauritius and Virgin Atlantic, so we'll get going on that. We'll soon get back into some other aircraft into the channel, like the 777, 747, 737 and the A320. But we're just going to try and get loads of black box aircraft in the flights, just get them going, and soon we'll get some regular other aircraft, so it's not just black box all the time. Just like these two are going and these two are arriving, that's weird. Okay. But hey, let's go and jump into the cockpit, let's get the aircraft set up. So as you can hear, the passengers are boarding in the background. And the first thing we want to get going is the IRSs. So 1, 2, and 3. They can get going. Good, do have ground power connected up, got the batteries on. No fuel pumps on, and that's good for now. Just want to let you know that this is a beta product. Well, anyone can buy it, but it is beta. Therefore, everything is working. So that's like, for example, the cabin cools aren't working yet. Hopefully they're going to be implemented, not sure. That's just one example. You can see actually here these grayed out things in the FMC data link and all that. So they'll be coming later on. You can see the configuration, got some ground services in it coming up as well, panel states, maintenance. Yeah, it's going to be good. So that's coming. Yeah, so I'll talk more about this, how I got the aircraft and everything later on in the channel. I've got a bit more time to do things. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas. Sorry for the no video coming out on the Friday. It's a nice little break. Actually learning how to fly the Airbuses didn't take too long, as I already know how to fly an Airbus, and most of the systems are relatively similar. So that's that. Right, let's go back into the cockpit once again, and let's go and get some passengers boarded up. So, not passengers, but set up the aircraft. I've already done the block fuel and everything, fuel and payload, which is done via the Blackbox pre-flight manager, which is very easy to use. I'll show you how to use that as well. But let's go and plan in our route. So FSIA to FIMP, that's Mauritius, and our cruising altitude will be starting at. Do we have any step climbs? No. Okay, we're going to be cruising at a flight level of 380 in the end. With a, don't know what cost index they use. Box standard 20. Along with our flight number of Seychelles, which is SEY-49. Align IRS. Just one little other tip as well. If Blackbox have noticed this, but like the buttons aren't really lined up with what they're meant to be. Unless you're in the 2D panel, then they are. So it's a bit annoying. Right. So that's that done. Next page. You can see we've got our zero fuel weight to put in. And our zero fuel weight is 151.2. Can't change the CG though, that's annoying as well. And our block fuel is 44.6, as you saw up the top. So we got enough fuel to go there and back. I'm not sure I'm going to do the return flight because I've already done a flight from Mauritius to Seychelles, but not the A330, so I might do it. We had a lovely RNAV approach. I think it's RNAV, I can't remember. Into that airport. Right. Let's get this into the arc and down to 20. Along with that on down to 10. Like so. So that's the init page set up. I mean, we could put some other things in here, but that's fine. But we can go to the flight plan page to set up our flight departure. That's a 3-1. And we'll be taking the import 1 SID, which is the first one that comes up. Insert that in. And go back to inbox. And we can do our little tiny little route today. So from there we're going on the T132, which is going off to FS120. An annoying thing about this, you have to like just do that and then come all the way down. It's not like the normal Flight Sim Labs version, which is a lot easier to use. And I'm using the 131 to Rarus. And we're doing the UR400, which is the last one, to YouTuber. Like so. That's our flight plan. So short, and this is a past flight done in the before. So I know the approach and everything. We're going to be landing on 1-4 with the GPY 1, and we're transitioning at YouTuber, aren't we? So there we go. Insert that, and what I can do actually is clear off the YouTuber on the UR400, like so, and clear off that flight plan discontinuity, like that. We are going to be at a flight level of 370 at Rarus here. That's what I want to be. So flight level, 37 like that. That is not the right one. That's what I mean by not lining up. It's quite annoying. There we go. So that's set up. So that's kind of like a step climb. Climb to 370, and then go up to 380. That's how step climbs work, I believe. That's how I found it works pretty well. So yeah, that's the flight plan. A pretty short flight plan. Passengers have boarded, so I'm gonna shut the doors. You can still hear the baggage being loading with all the beeping in the background. So perf page as well. Blackbox Pre-Flight Manager does tell you how, like, what trim everything. So what the flaps, well, it doesn't tell you the flaps, but normally use flaps 1 unless you're using an extremely short runway. Do flaps 2, do 1.9 up, and like so. That's really useful. And doing a flex to temp of 32. Right, so transit altitude is 4,500. That's what we put in, and we are climbing all the way up to 4,500 with full power, which is a bit crazy. Like so. No worry about the TO shift for now. We can just go and right click V1, VR, and V2, and those are our V speeds. They will not change, they won't do anything. So 155 is our rotate speed for today. And that's pretty much most of the aircraft set up. We can't really do much more than this, except turn seatbelt signs on. We can probably turn the nav light on. But we will be able to do a lot more things with the aircraft. So what I'm going to do now is going to get all the fuel pumps on. And we can go and get the APU started up. So I'm going to wait for the flap to become open. There we go. And you can go and start it up. I'm going to wait for the APU bleed. Turn that on as soon as the APU is started. And RLS is aligning in 3 minutes. And the last of the baggage is actually loading on now as well. What's that tug like? Quite small. It's fine. Yeah, so it's about unusual takeoff today. We're going actually that way out to the island. Normally, you come down that way. Yeah, so it's a bit weird. Right. The baggage at the back is finished. We can go and close that door if we wanted to. Or not if you wanted to, that we will do. And the after cargo door. And we get ready to do the forward cargo door soon. And we're pretty much good to go once that's done. I mean, the modelling of the aircraft's actually really good, I'd say. It's just like what you can currently do with the aircraft isn't amazing. And version 0.9 is actually going to be a massive upgrade for the aircraft. So, let's go back to the perf page. And we can go and request a pushback. We're not going to be able to go in and push back until IRSs have aligned, because we can't align the IRSs when we're moving. I need to go and check out engine page. There we go. For engine starts, we can check out the engines. It does say 50 kilograms of fuel used. That's just the aircraft. There's no panel states currently, and you gotta load in the aircraft, turn off the engines. It's a bit annoying.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So hopefully IRSs will align soon. Pretty much finished actually. Unless the PFD ND is pretty much good. But we're still going to wait for it. So AP is available. We can get the AP bleed on. External power can come off. Oh, we're going to set. Oh no, auto skid is on. That's good. Yeah, it's a bit rainy day as well, and we can't actually turn on any wipers. Yeah, we've got quite a bad thunderstorm. It's going to be quite turbulent as we come out of the airport.
Departure check completed. Live has been inserted. Release parking brake.
Don't know if the RS is to align, and that's that. Let's take a look at the airport again. On the outside of the aircraft, it's about to get pushed back. And the raining's a bit annoying. It rains and it doesn't rain, and it rains. Just keep raining. That's what the clouds look like it should be doing. Visibility is really low as well. Obviously it stops raining again. Right, IRSs have aligned. We can go and release the parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
And we can go and start the engines then. So, ignition start. And we can literally click 2, and that'll get the engine 2 started up. And we're probably going to turn the beacon light on, that'd be good. And we should probably take a look outside as we start the engines, because it's a straight pushback, and so I need to make sure we know where we're going. Don't get pushed back too far. So the engine view. Right one. There you go. Right, let's go and probably stop the pushback out here. Okay, that tried to brake a bit.
Parking brakes.
Right, parking brakes are set. And we can go select number 1. Go and watch that start up. I think we've got a 777 coming into land, so we might have to wait for that. I think actually we might be able to get around it. And I think it's the Emirates 777 that comes to this airport. Right, the engine's stabilised. There's no need to put the ignition start on, so we go back to engine start to normal. And yeah. Right. Just gonna quickly cut the video until I'm ready with all the systems and everything. Bye. Right guys, welcome back. Go turn on the VORs, like so. We got some VORs up now, and so we got most of the NDs. We got the ND set up for our departure. We're going to start the timer once we get taken off. Engines are running, so what we need to do is going to do the flight control check. So full left, full right, all the way down, all the way up. Rudder all the way to the left and the rudder all the way to the right. Looking good. So what I can do is go and turn on the tiller mode, which is here. So now we've got a little diagram showing us how to do that. I'm going to get the weather turned on as well. Don't know if the weather works or not. That looks weird. Don't know if that's on or not. Okay, that's weird. Right, so we're going to go all the way to the left on the tiller. Go and release the parking brakes. And bring in some power just to get us going. Right, swing it all the way around. And that Emirates 777 is just about to start. It's lining up. So I think we're pretty much good for our departure. Right, it's going to set flaps 1 on the spoilers. Auto brake to max. And we can go and do go back to flight controls, do our 1.9 stuff like 1.9 trim up. That's 3.4. I think I set my trim wheel a bit too fast. Right, so let's go and set this to up to the 1000. Set this all the way up to 37,000 is our top of climb. Let's go and double check. 38,000. That heading will go back to normal once we get into the first waypoint. We'll be on the nav. Oh, that's a bit too fast in the engines there. What I could probably do though is get ready on the. Probably set this to the runway heading of 310. Like so. And pretty much taxi all the way down here. Try not to over taxi it. Make sure we've got some taxi lights on as well. And now the engines are pretty much stabilised. We can go and get the APU off. And we've got the packs on, which is good. And probably get the strobes on as well. Run over 10 us. Come on. Yeah, it's good. If we can make a fast taxi, we'll probably get out of the way of the 777, or we might be out the way already. So depends how fast we get there. Let's go bring a bit of power in. Let's get us going. Might cut the video actually. Take a look outside. Wonderful Seychelles. And there's the tail. Right. Yeah, we're already approaching the end of the runway actually. There's no point in skipping the video. So what was our speed? 155, so I need to remember that. Reduce some engine power. Right. Yeah, we got a pretty simple departure. Ah, wait, I was wrong about V10, wasn't I? It's 3. What's the runway heading? Oh no, it's 310. Right, so we're going to spin around and let's go and check out the 777 for now. Yeah, we're good. We're clear out of that. That's fine. We can probably just about see it maybe. The clouds are clearing off. But we're going to go back into them. The storm is clearing, so that's fine. Okay, I think I've overshot that. Can probably spin around here. Yeah. That's what happens when we go too fast. Down our runway. Bit ironic. What I really like actually is these little reflections you can. Oh, come on, don't go too slow, and then we go on this grass. These reflections, sadly, it's a texture, it's not actually a reflection, so it looks a bit odd when you get really close to the mirror, the window. It wants to turn, but it doesn't want to. There you go. Oh, I literally just made it around. That's good. Right, pretty much good for takeoff, so we can get ready when we want. So we've got the nav activated, so as soon as we hit the waypoint, I'll be on that. I'm going to line up. We're going to get timer going by hitting the chrono button. And pretty much lined up, so we can get rid of the tiller. We can just use a little bit of rudder to steer us around just a tiny little winny bit. And lag spike. There we go. Right. Let's just hold ourselves here. And let's start the chrono. It's about around 50%. Flex. And flex. That's our runway. And flex into 32 degrees. Right, airspeed is live. Got quite a fast acceleration today. I do need to warn you, when you do take off the black box, it likes to take off. So there's 100 knots. I'll try and send this into the runway. 150. Rotate. So I'm only using this bit of yoke there, and boy does it fly into the air. And we're already turning to the right here. So I'm going to get the autopilot on, because I'm not going to be flying this out of here. Very mountainous at Seychelles. Yeah, the clouds cleared up pretty fast actually. Surprised, just made that. Made out the way of the thunderstorm. There it is over there. Actually, I think it's more to the left of us actually. To the west. So we shouldn't be above 6,000 at that waypoint, sadly. That's annoying. Right, let's go and unarm the speed brakes. And it should be going all the way up to 4,500. And then we go back to climb power. Wow. Yeah, the 777 hasn't landed yet, so we got way out of that, way out clear on that one. Actually, what I'm going to do is actually clear off the flight restriction there. There we go. It's better. And that one. There's no ATC stopping us doing that. Alright, we're still stuck on that flight control page. Just going to bring that back to the cruise page, which is our, well, pretty much in the air page. And we should go down to climb power soon. So to hit 4,500 and also standard power, standard pressure. So that's what I'm going to do first. Like so. Standard and standard. Back to climb. There we go. Thrust is set to climb. We are accelerating. Flaps can come up. Right. Flat. The flaps are up, the slats are just still coming up. Okay, it's still a bit turbulent on getting out of here. But as soon as we get back down into Mauritius, we should be fine. Let's go and check the weather there. Yeah, it's perfectly fine down at Mauritius. We should apparently arrive there in 2 hours, which is sounds correct. So yeah, apparently it's stuck in Toga trying to get up to its desired speed here. It's a bit crazy. Yeah, the turbulence. This is what turbulence does. Wait, did I just hold your mouse there? Does it open it? Oh, I didn't click that. It's weird. Yeah, quite bad turbulence coming out here. Wow, it's a wonderful view. But the clouds are gone. Well, not gone, but there instead of Seychelles. Right. We are getting to our speed ever so slowly. Yeah, so I think we're good. Turn off the landing lights, which they were never turned on. Like so. There's a weird waypoint there. So why it's not showing that. Okay, first climb. Get to climb power. And the EPR there. Are we still accelerating? Yeah, we're accelerating really slowly there. I hope you enjoyed the takeoff today. That's our Seychelles. I'll see you down in the descent into Mauritius, which will be in 2 hours' time. And enjoy the cinematics of this new aircraft on the channel. I'll see you then. Goodbye. Hey guys, welcome back into the descent down into Mauritius from Seychelles in this Airbus A330. Coming back into the descent quite a lot later than we normally do. It is an Airbus, there's not much things to set up as we come into land at this airport, so it's pretty simple. All we do is file in the approach, and pretty much good because I've already done the approach setup here. We are just a tad above our desired altitude. That's fine though. Going on to the perp page, and we go to the approach. The transition altitude is correct at 4,000 feet, which I'm happy to see. So let's go and put in Mauritius on my active sky so I can see what weather it is. So it's currently 30 degrees. Very nice. And 1012 is a QNH. And we've also got winds at 060 at 12. Also, I think I'm going a D8 to decision height for the ILS is going to be 426, like so. I'm doing full config on the landing, and should be landing at, I think that means. I think that's our landing speed. So 134 maybe. We go on to the VS here, the vertical speed. Trying to descend a bit faster. You can see Mauritius is actually just coming in, and there are quite a lot of clouds out there right now, even though it's 30 degrees. It's boiling. So I'm going to try and get down to that vertical speed here. And I might want to get some spoilers out because we're just in the back a bit fast as well. Let's take a look outside of this wonderful aircraft again. A little bit zoomed out. There you go. I'll probably actually zoom in on the keyboard. See the spoilers there. We're just in the background. Yeah, so catching up with that VNAV now. For some reason the aircraft puts the flight director right down and then it comes back up for some reason. And this little bounce. It's quite annoying. Sometimes puts itself under. There you go. Vertical speed there. So it should bring it back up and it should get back on to the vertical speed in a minute. So let's got the landing lights on, not the wing light. Landing lights on, nose light, and the runway turn off. All takeoff position. Strobes are already on, that's fine. Seatbelt signs have turned on. And that's that up there done. Going to be landing with flaps full, so there's nothing to worry about there. Right, so let's go and take a look at our approach quickly. It's relatively simple. So we kind of line up the runway at this waypoint at FSIA-FIMP at 1,600 feet, 1,700 feet, 1,700 feet is rounds up to. So yeah. And as well, Mauritius is quite hilly terrain actually, and the whole way down into the descent, we're technically at the same altitude above ground as we come down until we get to the last mile or so. Right, well, we're actually at our speed now. We can arm the spoilers. Okay, we good there. So it's messing around with the spoilers, because sometimes when you land the black box, even though you arm the spoilers, you get the reverses up. They don't arm, so it's really annoying. So, gonna remember when they land, hit the slash key or the button I use on my Cytec throttle quadrant, and that will do it for me. That's good. And what I could do, no, we can't get anything in there quickly. It's fine. So let's go and check the weather again. Make sure for landing everything's the same as we said it before, and it is exactly the same. Let's get the approach set up. Maybe not. Localizer. Okay, that's not working. Let's get some nav around. Make sure we've got the ILS frequency set up. That's fine. Maybe not a little bit too far away from it. We're still quite high. I think I had to go into the ASUS standard pressure to activate it. Let's go to the flight plan. Check out the speeds we got for landing. Apparently landing at 170. Don't quite think that's going to happen. So, should be landing at 133 now, apparently. That's the same. I'm going to set this to 150, sorry. There, and the decel will be the decel. Actually, we'll check out what decel would be in a minute. So, can I do clear slash? No, okay. We'll check it out in a minute. They got just a tad bit of turbulence coming in here. It's perfectly fine. Okay, go manually override the speed currently, just to get us down to 240, which is the flaps 1 position. But throttle is actually idle, so it's not really going to do that much. Let's get the spoilers out then. Right, let's start beginning our little left turn here. And they're going to bring this down to about 2,000 feet. Right, starting our arrival now. And coming out of standard pressure here. Into, what was it, 1012. If it can let me, there we go. There we go. There we go, localizer. Can get that. Probably turn it off now. Gonna get localizer active as soon as we get closer to the last waypoint there. Yeah, so going to talk about the terrain now. That's fine. Get the approach actually. Get the landing system online. So we do have a bit of hills coming up. So it's going to get the autopilot off. And just manually get the aircraft just to climb just a tad. Don't want to go too low here. Get rid of the speed brakes now. Looking on the spoilers. I'm going to keep the autopilot off for now actually the whole way down. And so I'm going to line up the localizer. Bring down the speed to 200. Along with flaps 1. And gear down. It's quite cloudy. They're scattered at 1,800 feet. I don't have the runner in sight currently, but did have a minor lag spike, which is loading in the airport. For some reason, autothrottle came off. There we go. And the thrust climb on me? Yes, we're in the climb thrust. Flaps 2. Line slope's coming in. Right, let's just go and speed override this. Right, I've got that runway in sight coming in now, and they're going to start descending again. There it is. FPS is back. Now we get out of the clouds, set up flaps 3 and flaps 4. Or flaps 4, whatever I want to call it. Right, the glider is armed and active as well as the glide slope. Got a bit of a 13 knot crosswind here, so I'm going to bring the nose a bit to the right. And once I go around altitude 4,000 feet. Wonderful scenery this is by for stream team. Don't know if you can tell, but we're see it's just said 1,000 feet twice, and that's just the third time due to the hills. And there's a fourth time. Right. There's the annoying beeping that Blackbox does. It's just telling us that we're... Yeah, okay. Right, bring us down to 140. So we can bring the nose up. Trying to fly a bit of the visual approach right now, but crosswind isn't helping.
Minimum.
Right, that's minimums.
400.
Might say it again. Right, let's bring that down to 137.
400.
And bring the nose down now.
200.
Ah, we forgot to see the auto brake. Put that in low now.
Glide slow.
200. 100.
Put off the auto throttle.
50. 40. 30. 20. 5.
Also, idle power. Yeah, this is what I mean about the Blackbox aircraft. It's a bit tricky to land. It's a bit annoying and like likes to bounce a bit. There you go. We're on the ground. That's all that matters. Well, it's the first line in the Blackbox of the channel. And hopefully coming up at Delta would be nice. Or not. Yeah, that's fine. We can come up at Echo. And the spoilers are disarmed. And flaps can come all the way up. Still got 30 tons of fuel on board. So we're pretty much good for our if we want to do a return flight. Right, so landing lights can come off And when I turn offs can come off, it is day. Don't know why I turn them on at Seychelles, but it's fine. Strobe lights can come off, taxi light is on, and we can go and get the APU started up. Right. The number at A330 there. Nice. Right, we can turn off the TCAS now. And begin a long taxi all the way down the taxiway. And hopefully going to get a parking stand of 9 or 10. Going to find out which we're going to get. Or 11 actually, I think would be good. And no. Right, handling by Air Mauritius. It's fine by me. Right, flaps all the way up. The spoilers are disarmed. Look at the engine, beautiful. Force brake is all disarmed as well when we do some manual braking. APU is available. No point putting the APU bleed on just yet. We do have the engines running, and going to turn off the VORs as well. Get the MCP shut down. Right, that was 2 hours and a flight time of 2 hours and 22 minutes, which is impressive. It was close to what PFPX said. 2 hours and 20 minutes apparently PFPX said, so we're pretty much good there. Did spare a bit extra minute after we exited the runway. Yeah, I still don't understand the flight dynamics of the how this aircraft works of Blackbox. Seems if you reduce the power just a bit anyway, it just doesn't like it at all. And the nose starts coming down, and that's how you get a bounce. So it's a bit annoying. Right, let's put on some brakes now. And if you're wondering why there is a BA sat at that gate, that is because BA do a flight from here to Johannesburg, and I don't know where on from there, but they might do they might do loads of flights from Heathrow all the way down Africa into Mauritius. But I do know that's going to Johannesburg. I think it's a 737 Max, which is. No, there's no winglets in it. This is normal 737. I think it should be a Max though now. I think, yeah. So our gate is just there, next to that Air Mauritius A330. Like I said, Ultra Traffic Live is still using Ultra Traffic 2 liveries currently, but they are in version 1.1, which is when they're starting to actually put some new modelling and liveries into the updates, which will be amazing. So, don't need the lights anymore, so we can turn them off. I thought I'd turn off the runner turn-ups. And that's good there. Right, gate 11, here we are. And I was going to turn all the way in here. I haven't used this aircraft before, I'm not very good at lining up, but I think I kind of smashed it with this one. Yeah, actually, I'm a bit tabbed to the right, I'd say. I don't know. That's alright. There's a van just going underneath us. That's a bit of a problem. And, right, let's take a look at this. This is gate 11. Okay, right, let's go back to the outside view here. And, oh no, that's the 737-800. A330 is just here. So, here we are, we're parking here. brakes are pretty bad on this aircraft with Blackbox. I don't have any toe brakes, so I'm just using the full stop or period as the Americans like to call it. Right, let's go set the parking brake. Actually, no, it's already set it. Right, and get AP bleed on, and shut down the engines. I still don't know if you can run the APU with the fuel pumps off. I can't remember. But we're going to request GSX for deboarding. Right, turn off the seatbelt signs. Select another stand, terminal 11, dock. There we go. Right, that gate is arriving now, and the Air Mauritius thing is connecting up there. It's all good. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, so there are no door parameters and everything on the black box currently. So SODE isn't quite liking it right now. So normally SODE's the best to line up, but this is a beta product, so therefore it's not completely finished yet, so that's why it looks like that. And I don't know why that's all the way up. Actually, yeah, that's because it's collecting, isn't it? The baggage. So let's go and open up the doors for that, and open the forward and the after cabin because we do have air. Did you have one underneath? Yeah. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the flight today with us, with the Air Seychelles. It's quite a nice flight. Yeah, the landing, it's going to have to get used to the black box landing really. Pretty much full power all the way, then idle power as soon as you actually hit the ground instead of bounce it. Which I find really annoying, but it's just gonna have to get used to that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the flight as well, and the cinematics that you saw with us today. It's quite nice to have just noticed that the aircraft does point its nose down. I don't know if that's just due to fuel or something, because the bigger fuel tanks at the front of the wings. But yeah. Emirates in the background, Air Mauritius, you've got the BA737 over there, and any other aircraft? Nah. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the flight. I'll see you in the next one, probably be an A340 or A330. It will be one of those two aircrafts, but yeah, see you in that one. Goodbye.